Can loyalty survive when a generational talent becomes available? Or is the Warriors dynasty about to witness its most shocking betrayal yet? There's a storm brewing in the Bay Area, and it's carrying whispers that would have been considered blasphemous just months ago. The Golden State Warriors, a franchise built on brotherhood, chemistry, and an unbreakable core, might be contemplating the unthinkable. Trading Draymond Green, the heart, the soul, the defensive anchor who turned a jump-shooting team into champions. But here's the twist that makes this saga absolutely riveting. The reason behind this potential seismic shift isn't desperation or decline. It's opportunity, the kind that comes once in a generation. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak himself, might be available, and suddenly everything Golden State thought was untouchable is back on the table. Let's rewind and understand how one of the NBA's most dominant forces finds himself at this crossroads. Giannis Antetokounmpo isn't just tired, he's exhausted. Exhausted from carrying a franchise that promised him championship contention but delivered mediocrity. The Milwaukee Bucks, once NBA champions in 2021, have descended into chaos faster than anyone predicted. The numbers tell a brutal story. Milwaukee's recent stretch has been nothing short catastrophic, and now, with Giannis sidelined for 2 to 4 weeks with a calf strain, the situation threatens to spiral completely out of control. Every loss during his absence adds another crack to the foundation. Every defeat whispers the same question into Giannis's ear. Is this really where you want to spend your prime? The Greek freak has given Milwaukee everything. His loyalty has been unwavering, his commitment absolute. But loyalty is a two-way street, and when you're watching your championship window slam shut while you're stuck in the training room, patience wears thin. Sources close to the situation suggest that Antetokounmpo's frustration has reached a boiling point. A trade request, once unthinkable, now looms as a genuine possibility in the coming weeks. And when a player of Giannis's caliber becomes available, the entire NBA landscape shifts on its axis. Here's what makes the story so deliciously complex. Golden State's infatuation with Giannis Antetokounmpo isn't new. It's been simmering beneath the surface for years. The Warriors' front office has long admired the Greek freak's unique combination of size, athleticism, and skill. They've run the numbers. They've imagined the fit. They've dreamed about what Stephen Curry creating open lanes for a freight train like Giannis would look like. But there was always a line they wouldn't cross. Certain players were considered sacred, untouchable. Draymond Green sat firmly in that category until now. According to NBA insider Jake Fisher, the calculus has fundamentally changed. The Warriors have likewise been reluctant to consider win now, all in moves that would require them to trade away Draymond Green, Fisher revealed, but Antetokounmpo, in all likelihood, would change that equation for Golden State's brass. Think about that for a moment. Draymond Green, the player who defined Warriors basketball for over a decade, the defensive genius who made their small ball revolution possible, the emotional leader who held everything together during the darkest moments, he's now potentially expendable. Not because he's washed, not because of his infamous antics, but because Giannis Antetokounmpo is that transformative. Fisher continued with a statement that should send shivers down every front office's spine. Antetokounmpo is so dominant, so transcendent, that his availability has the power to change the calculus of damn near every front office around the league. That's not hyperbole. That's reality. Let's be brutally honest about what we're discussing here. Draymond Green isn't just another player on the Warriors roster. He's the connective tissue, the defensive coordinator on the floor, the voice that holds everyone accountable. He's the reason Stephen Curry can take risks offensively. He's the reason Klay Thompson could focus on shooting. He's the reason Golden State won 4 championships. But, and this is the cold, hard truth that championship organizations must confront, Draymond Green is also 34 years old. His offensive game has never been his strength, and it's not improving with age. His defensive prowess, while still elite in spurts, shows signs of wear. His volatility, once viewed as passionate leadership, increasingly feels like a liability. Giannis Antetokounmpo, meanwhile, is 30 years old and entering what should be the absolute peak of his powers. He's a two-time MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, a Finals MVP. He's a legitimate 30-point, 12-rebound, 5-assist threat every single night. He can guard all 5 positions. He's a walking mismatch who breaks defenses simply by existing on the court. The upgrade isn't marginal. It's astronomical. Imagine Stephen Curry running pick and rolls with Giannis. Imagine the spacing nightmares that would create for opposing defenses. Do you double Curry off the screen and leave Giannis rolling to rim? Do you stay home on Curry and let a 6 feet 11 inches athletic marvel attack downhill with a full head of steam? There's no right answer. That's what makes it terrifying. But here's where this fairy tale crashes into the harsh reality of NBA transactions. The Milwaukee Bucks have to actually accept the trade. And that's where Golden State's dreams might die. What exactly can the Warriors offer that would make Milwaukee pull the trigger on trading a generational superstar? Jonathan Kuminga, while promising, hasn't developed into the star many projected. Brandon Podziemski is intriguing, but remains largely unproven. Draymond Green, for all his accolades, doesn't move the needle for a rebuilding franchise. The harsh truth? That package probably doesn't get it done. Not even close. Milwaukee would be looking for young stars, multiple first-round picks, and the kind of haul that helps them rebuild quickly. The Warriors, having mortgaged much of their future to maintain their championship window, simply don't have the assets to compete with what teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, or even the New York Knicks could offer. There's been speculation that a 3-team deal could materialize, potentially involving Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. That scenario would give Milwaukee more immediate value and help facilitate the complex asset exchange required. But orchestrating a 3-team blockbuster involving multiple superstars? That's threading a needle in a hurricane. The financial implications are equally daunting. Giannis is owed massive money through 2027 to 28. The Warriors are already deep into luxury tax territory. Adding his contract would push them into stratospheric tax bills that even their ownership might balk at paying. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Stephen Curry's timeline. The greatest shooter in NBA history is 36 years old. He's still performing at an elite level, still capable of taking over games, still the engine that makes Golden State's offense hum. But Father Time is undefeated, and the Warriors know their window with Curry is closing rapidly. This is what makes the Giannis scenario so compelling and so agonizing. If Golden State wants to maximize Curry's remaining years, if they want to give him one more legitimate shot at a 5th championship, they need to act boldly. Half measures won't cut it. Incremental improvements around the margins won't move the needle against the Boston Celtics, Oklahoma City Thunder, or Denver Nuggets. Giannis Antetokounmpo represents the kind of seismic upgrade that could genuinely extend the Warriors' championship window. Pairing Curry's shooting brilliance with Giannis's physical dominance creates matchup problems that no defense in the league could consistently solve. But it requires sacrifice. It requires breaking up the band. It requires looking Draymond Green in the eye and saying, "Thank you for everything, but we're moving in a different direction." Can they do it? Should they do it? This is where sports becomes more than just numbers and analytics. This is where the human element crashes into cold business calculation. The Warriors aren't just a basketball team, they're a family. They've been through wars together. They've celebrated championships together. They've defended each other through controversies and criticism. Draymond Green embodies that family more than anyone. His podcast, his media presence, his outspoken nature, it's all made him one of the most recognizable faces of the Warriors dynasty. Trading him wouldn't just be a roster move, it would be a statement that the era is over. That sentiment takes a backseat to pragmatism. That championships matter more than loyalty. Some will argue that's exactly what championship organizations must do. The San Antonio Spurs traded fan favorite George Hill. The Miami Heat let Dwayne Wade walk. The Los Angeles Lakers traded away beloved pieces to build around LeBron James. Winning requires difficult decisions. Others will counter that the Warriors' success has always been rooted in their chemistry, their unselfishness, their collective identity. Break that up, and you might not get the super team you envisioned. You might just get a collection of talented individuals who never quite mesh. So, where does this leave us? Will the Warriors actually trade Draymond Green for Giannis Antetokounmpo? The honest answer: it's unlikely but not impossible. The obstacles are significant. Golden State lacks the trade assets to make a competitive offer. Milwaukee would likely prefer packages from younger, asset-rich teams. The financial implications are staggering. The emotional cost of breaking up the dynasty's core is immeasurable. But, and this is crucial, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the type of player who changes everything. He's the exception to every rule. He's the player you mortgage your future for, because he is the future. If Milwaukee truly makes him available, if Giannis genuinely wants out, if the Warriors can somehow construct a package that works financially and competitively, then yes, Draymond Green could absolutely be on the move. The fact that we're even having this conversation tells you everything about where both franchises stand. Milwaukee's championship window has closed faster than anyone anticipated. Golden State's window is closing rapidly. Both are desperate, and desperation breeds bold action. The coming weeks will be absolutely critical. Giannis's recovery timeline, Milwaukee's win-loss record, the trade deadline approaching. All of these factors will determine whether this remains speculation or becomes reality. One thing is certain: the NBA landscape is shifting. Loyalty is being tested. Championships are being chased. And the Golden State Warriors are facing a decision that will define the final chapter of their dynasty. What do you think? Should the Warriors pull the trigger if they get the chance? Is Giannis worth sacrificing the heart and soul of their championship core? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and smash that like button. This story is just getting started, and you won't want to miss what happens next.